Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Lindsie Chrisley ripped as chaotic hypocrite. As far as members of the Chrisley Knows Best family are concerned, Lindsie is far from a fan favorite. Coined as the black sheep of the family, she was written off by most fans a long time ago. Furthermore, a large chunk of her fans got to know her because of her podcast with Kaylin Lowry, or they like her because they can't stand her father. Unfortunately, her recent activity on her social media and her podcast has landed her in a sticky situation with her followers. In fact, some have taken to Reddit ripping for being a chaotic hypocrite. The OP of this particular Reddit thread called her a weirdo and urged her to come on and get her life together. The question is, what did Lindsie Chrisley do that provoked this Reddit thread to go up in the first place? Keep reading for the details. Lindsie Chrisley ripped as chaotic hypocrite. As those who follow Lindsie on Instagram know, she recently got a bit defensive with media outlets, venting to her followers on social media and via her podcast. She wanted media outlets to back off. She was sick of reading about her life in the headlines. In a thread on Reddit, one individual called her a weirdo and noted it was a bit hypocritical to think she could have it both ways. The fan pointed out that Lindsie was fussing about her life being in the headlines. She, however, also couldn't stop talking about drama in her life via her podcast. The OP argued she had no right to complain about being in the spotlight so long as she voluntarily continued to stand in it. Responding to the thread, others agreed she needed to get her life together. Desperate to stay relevant. Ultimately, fans suspect Lindsie Chrisley is desperate to stay in the spotlight. As TV shows Ace previously reported, Lindsie baited her followers with what looked like pregnancy news recently. She, however, was not pregnant. Furthermore, the video was 2 years old. Fans were disgusted and believed Lindsie knew exactly what she was doing when she posted the video. So, do you agree with fans calling Lindsie Chrisley a chaotic hypocrite? Was it fair for the OP to call her a weirdo and urge her to get it together? The Chrisley family saga has always been a whirlwind of drama, redemption arcs, and reality TV chaos, but today's developments surrounding Lindsie Chrisley may mark one of the most shocking chapters yet. Social media is ablaze, family insiders are whispering, and even loyal fans are beginning to question the true motives behind Lindsie's recent actions. Once seen as the level-headed outcast of the Chrisley clan, Lindsie is now being slammed as a chaotic hypocrite, and the fallout is nothing short of explosive. It all started with what was supposed to be a heartfelt podcast episode. Lindsie Chrisley, host of her podcast Southern Tea, released an emotional monologue where she claimed to be working toward healing, forgiveness, and rebuilding trust with her estranged family. But the episode quickly spiraled into a subtle tirade, vague shaming unnamed family members, which everyone assumed to be Savannah and Chase, questioning Todd and Julie's prison convictions yet again, and framing herself as the misunderstood martyr. "I've kept my silence long enough," Lindsie said tearfully. "I didn't choose the chaos, it chose me." But listeners weren't buying it. Within hours, the backlash erupted. Longtime fans called the episode self-serving and gaslighting in podcast form. Others pointed out how Lindsie's actions directly contradicted her statements, reminding the world that she'd spent years publicly criticizing her parents, only to now try and recast herself as a neutral peacemaker. "It's the hypocrisy for me," one fan commented. She says she wants peace, but keeps to the Chrisley family claim that the rest of the clan was blindsided by the podcast. Savannah was livid, a family insider told the tabloid. She's been doing everything she can to keep her siblings and family together while taking care of Grayson and Chloe. Meanwhile, Lindsie sits in Atlanta playing the victim card on a microphone. Savannah reportedly fired back subtly on Instagram, posting a quote about wolves in sheep's clothing and adding the caption, "Not everything deserves a platform." Chase Chrisley, never one to remain silent for long, jumped on the live stream later that day, saying, "Some people want to play both sides until it benefits them. Then they act like they've always been on the right one." The comments section exploded with speculation. Was Chase talking about Lindsie? His smirk said more than words. To make matters worse, Lindsie was recently spotted filming what looked suspiciously like a new reality project. Cameras followed her as she walked into an upscale Atlanta cafe with a film crew in tow. While she stayed mum about the nature of the project, the timing raised eyebrows, especially since she'd just released a podcast claiming she was done with the spotlight. "She's clearly addicted to the attention," said another insider. "Every time the family gains traction or headlines, Lindsie finds a way to insert herself." Even Nanny Faye, beloved matriarch of the Chrisley clan, reportedly had something to say. According to a close friend, Nanny Faye allegedly told her inner circle, "I love all my grandkids, but you don't throw your kin under the bus, then act surprised when the tire marks show up." Ouch. The public's response to Lindsie's recent pivot has been just as fierce. Her Instagram has turned into a battleground, with commenters calling her out for contradicting herself. Fans posted screenshots comparing her past statements against her current ones, such as a 2021 interview where she said she'd never trust Todd again, beside a recent post claiming she always believed in her dad's innocence. "Pick a lane, girl," one follower snapped. "You can't slam them when it's convenient and then cry family when it gets you attention." Her attempt to clarify only made things worse. In a follow-up story, Lindsie said, "I'm allowed to change my mind. Healing isn't linear." Critics weren't buying it. One fan responded, "Healing might not be linear, but hypocrisy sure is." The timing of this public unraveling couldn't be more dramatic, especially as Todd and Julie Chrisley continue to serve their prison sentences. Savannah fights to maintain custody of their siblings, and the rest of the Chrisley kids try to rebuild their lives amid chaos. Many viewers had started to warm to the idea of Lindsie reuniting with her family. Her surprise appearance at Savannah's birthday in May had sparked rumors of reconciliation. But now, fans say those hopes were dashed. She came back not out of love, but for the narrative. Another user posted on a fan forum, "The Chrisley brand is hot again. Lindsie wants her seat at the table." As accusations of hypocrisy pile up, Lindsie's once carefully curated image as the voice of reason in the Chrisley family appears to be crumbling. Behind the scenes, some insiders say a new Chrisley project is in development, and that Lindsie wasn't invited to be part of it. That, they claim, may be the root of her recent chaotic behavior. "She tried to play nice, but when they didn't include her, she flipped the script," said the source. Classic Lindsie. Still, some fans remain sympathetic. A small group has defended her, pointing out that no one really knows what went on behind the scenes. "Maybe she is trying," one commenter wrote. "The Chrisleys are messy, nobody's perfect here." But the majority sentiment is clear. Lindsie's mixed messaging, timing, and public-facing pivot have cast serious doubts on her authenticity. As the Chrisleys continue filming new content, rebuilding their brand post-scandal, and attempting to move forward, one thing is for sure. Lindsie's involvement in the family saga remains one of the most controversial threads. Her name now trends alongside words like hypocrite, chaotic, and manipulative, and fans are watching closely to see what she'll do next. Will she double down? Apologize? Vanish from the spotlight again? Or will she finally admit what many believe, that she's not just a victim of the chaos, but a creator of it? Only time will tell.